Hello, it is Jamie J. I am the host of Live with Bottleneck. Yes, this is not our normal hours, but I do not have a normal guest on today. I am so excited to introduce you to Elizabeth Berry. We're going to be talking about how to nurture relationships in 2020. And for those of you that don't know Elizabeth, or as she's affectionately often referred to as EB, she's an executive business coach and communication advocate to get to the point kindly, generating a sea of calm, focused, and kind fans through her mission of the Kind Communicator through consulting, mentorship, and books. She works with B2B, B2C, entrepreneurs, middle management, and all leaders looking to find their purpose, get unstuck, and hone their communication skills. We all need this. Her energetic force of positive energy will forever change your life path. Read her books, hire her to coach you, listen to her podcast, and invite her to speak at your event. So please, without any further ado, let me introduce you to EB. How are you?
I am doing great. How are you? Thank you so much for bringing me onto your show in the non-normal hours. But as you'll see, I am the non-traditional woman. So let's bring it on.
This is so fun. Every time I talk with you, I can't keep the smile off my face. You have such a positive and kind, infectious demeanor about yourself, and I absolutely love it. It's just such an opportunity to be able to chat and say howdy. Before we kind of go into what you have going on,
yes,
I did want to tell everybody, if you have questions for EB, we're here for the next probably 15 or 20 minutes. Ask away. If for some reason, yes, you catch us on the flip side when it's in a replay mode, go ahead and ask your questions in the comment section, and I will make sure to forward any of those questions off to EB. She is wonderful and amazing in every single way. But with that said, EB, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you have going on?
Well, thank you so very much, Jamie, and hello to the Bottleneck audience. I am so honored to speak with you. What do I have going on? I have kindness going on, and today's theme is how to nurture relationships in 2020. And while most of us are having our face in the pillow or face down thinking, what should we do? My vision is based on nature. And I'm going to teach you how to be heliotropic like the sunflowers and turn your face to the sun every single time that you feel chaos or challenge, to recognize that the energy in nature, from the sun, from the trees, from the moon, from the stars, from the sand, from the leaves, everything that you see outside can be modified into an analogy to let you realize that your breath is here. Your gratitude for being alive. You can achieve anything and overcome anything. I have done that in the last 8 months. I've done it for the last 20 years, being an entrepreneur, reinventing along the way. And I am here to tell you about some of the books that I published, some of my coaching and marketing projects, and I'm excited to get your questions as well.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. Seriously, ask away. I know that this was an unscheduled live, but please ask away. Don't be a lurker. Come on out. I'd love for you to be able to meet Elizabeth. And I just wanted to share this quick little overview. These are your books. You have been writing like crazy.
Yes.
And what a wonderful gift it is. Design Your Mind to Be Kind, Heaven on 11, The Kind Communicator, love that one, and The Little Book of Love.
Yeah.
So you did something this past Saturday. Can you share what happened?
Yeah, so this Saturday I launched 2 new books, Heaven on 11 and The Little Book of Love. For those of you who are watching, I was tragically run over by a boat in January. I lost my life partner before my eyes. I was very blessed to have him come to me in spirit, if you believe in that sort of thing. And he let me know that he was okay. He told me how fascinating everything is on the opposite side, and it allowed me to heal. And in that healing process, I knew that I had to write about love. So as Jamie showed you, my books, Design Your Mind to Be Kind and The Kind Communicator, They're available to everyone, and they're not just about being nice. They're about teaching each one of us as entrepreneurs, as business leaders, as professionals, as people in relationships and partnerships, how to really approach the art of communication when there's so many breakdowns that could happen around us. We have the ability to think on our feet and to respond instead of react. And continuing with the kindness innovation with these 2 new books based on love, because it helps us to nurture relationships. And what I mean by that is that healing your communication by building your confidence, by being accountable with what you say, by feeling unstuck and letting go, being approachable in your life and in your partnerships. And Jamie, there's this really wonderful little formula that I came up with for nurturing relationships. And whether this is for your loving relationship or a business relationship, whether you're a CEO or a manager of a team, to have a really strong foundation, if we look at it like a triangle, to have a really strong foundation, this is your platform. If you don't build this strong, these in your triangle will always fall down. So how do you do that? This foundation is built on healthy communication. It's based on your commitment to your highest self, not living within expectation, living within who you can be, and being a self-actualizing, thought-provoking, solutions-based speaker and thinker. And this is based on thank you, I appreciate you, how can we do better from here? Let me reapproach that. All of the things that we kind of sort of forget, and our ego gets in the way, and we're too prideful to step back. And those are the things that make up that foundation. And in that, this can be the relationship of your dreams with clients, with family, with friends, or with your lover, so that when these 2 triangle sides falter or bends a little bit, the foundation will never break, because when you work on all of those attributes, this will always stay strong, and what comes out is magic.
I love that. I love it. I think I think there's so many people talk about having a strong foundation, but the way that that you illustrated is something to be commended, because many of us have our own struggles. Everybody deals with struggles in their own way.
Yeah.
And when we talk about struggles, I love how you say it could be personal, it could be business, could be all of that, because we live one life, right? Yeah. And without getting too woo-woo, that's the whole thing. It is so, if you're going to be working, why not have fun? If you're going to be living your life with your partner, or as you say, your lover, why not enjoy it? Do you have to get work done? Of course. Yeah. Maybe you mow the lawn, or you have to fix a door, or whatever. But this is life. And I think if you're intentional about experiencing where you are at that time and living it to the fullest, it kind of starts feeding over, and that positivity starts flowing. And I tested myself the other day. I'm going to kind of go sideways, but I forget where I was. I think it was a drive-through. I forget where it was, but the person, she was like, you could tell she was having a rough day.
Yeah.
And all I said was, hey, I just want to say thank you so much. You're so kind. I appreciate it. I hope you have a really, really good day. The biggest smile came over her face. And I only hope that carried on to the person behind me. And it's just the little things, that I think are really big. And by the way, Gwen Marie says she agrees with you.
Yes, thank you. Jamie, the little things in life matter, and that's really what Heaven on 11 is about. It's 9 sections based on how to measure your life in moments rather than by a clock. And when you measure your life in moments, you recognize the power of a ritual. And what you just told us about is a ritual. When you see someone that might be a little stressed out, you ask them, how's your day going? Or have a great day. And that is a small ritual. And those little rituals can add up to something, what I call the life fulfilled. It also adds up to something that you'll find in the Kind Communicator and in Design Your Mind to Be Kind, which I call kindness electricity. You see, when we do something kind for someone, just out of the goodness of our heart, and when you start to practice the discipline of my philosophy, which is the Kind Communicator philosophy, going beyond ego, you find your authentic self. And most of us think it's so hard. Most of us think it takes a lot of work, and it does kind of take a lot of work. It took me 20 years to be awesome. I was an asshole.
What?
Yeah. We didn't get these tools when we were younger. I grew up in an Irish family. People were yelling all the time. I didn't know how to communicate. They didn't teach it in college. They certainly didn't teach it in school. And I learned most of the work from listening to Wayne Dyer and his 6 CD changer set over and over and over again in my early days.
Isn't it true in an Irish family, if people can't hear you, you just speak louder?
Yeah, they do that in the Italian families too. It's insane. And then you realize when you're out in the real world, they're like, well, that doesn't work really well. And that's really why I wrote the Kind Communicator, because I was in B2B all my life. I started a relationship in the B2C community, and I was like in front of clients all the time, and I was like, wow, this is really difficult. There's a lot of demanding people out there, and I don't know how to deal with this on a daily basis consistently. So what I did was I turned it around and was so loving and kind to every single person that came to me with a problem. And some of them were like the Tasmanian devil, like, and I was like, I want to love you up right now. And they just went from here to here. And this philosophy, this practice, I teach it in my books. I teach it in my coaching practice, which we're coming into September. September is actually self-improvement month, a whole special going on for self-improvement month to get coached by me privately and do a group mastermind every week, plus one-on-one calls. And even on today's call, if anyone wants to purchase Heaven on 11 and the Little Love Book, they're on the top of my books page. And you put the note, Jamie J, in the little area where there's a note to seller. I'm going to give everyone from Jamie J's podcast today a Kind Communicator for free, because that's kindness electricity. And that is showing you that whatever it is that we can do that's so little tiny, that contains just a little gesture, just because, can make someone's day so special. And that has, and I know you like this, Jamie, the ripple effect.
Yes. The ripple effect of kindness.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so absolutely no pressure, but everybody watching this, go to elizabethberryconsulting.com, go to the top of the books page and buy her books.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's never been a better time to invest in love and romance, and they even get a chance to rewrite their vows, whether they've been in a relationship for a very short period of time or together for a long period of time. Because what happens in the coupling phase is we get lost in ourselves and each other, and we forget, wow, I want you to hold me accountable for this. Wow, I'd like to be a better person. And that's where the triangle really comes together. And Jamie, most people out there that are trying to teach this stuff, they make it so complicated with all of these facts and figures and methodologies. And really, if you kind of just think about it, at the end of the day, you're brushing your teeth and you're really aggravated at your partner. And you're just like, okay, I'm going to build my triangle. I'm going to be my best. I'm going to be my highest self. You can come out of the bathroom with a smile on your face.
Oh.
There are ways.
And it's I know here comes the geek in Jamie, but it's like systems and processes. I am a huge geek when it comes to that. You create a system, you create a process, you get organized through workflows. But for me, these systems, processes, and workflows are living, breathing documents that we can build on a foundation to continually improve. And I liken that to what you're talking about in relationships. I don't care if it's personal, professional, it doesn't matter, but you have to continually work at it. And I really appreciate the fact that whether you're just new into a relationship or you've been in a relationship for a while, being able to go through these exercises kind of reinforces the fact that, hey, this is a living, breathing relationship. It changes, it moves, it grows. And you have to kind of make adjustments because there's going to be friction points at times, right? And how do we adjust ourselves, or how do we identify these friction points, and what do we do to overcome those friction points?
Frustration is solvable. Solvable. And I practice this in all of my different relationships. And no matter if you're in corporate or if you're in a small business, it really does make a difference to understand your approach to communication is this very seed. If we go back to the seeds of the trees or the leaves or the flowers, which are in all of my books, it's the little moments are the very seeds that make each of us a tree to keep growing, to be rooted to the earth and balanced in our emotions, to not become a roller coaster that's going haywire, and to consistently reach our arms up and surrender to the skies, to consistently be in a place of gratitude for our breath and the moment that we have with another person right here on this very earth. What I learned in January is something that I knew all my life. I've always been transcendental, but my partner left right before my eyes, and I was miraculously saved. I am a complete miracle of life. I have my little hairs that are growing back. My whole head was broken open. My heart was broken open. But I want to be an inspiration and a motivational story that I put 3 books out within 8 months to teach the world that no matter what pulls you down under the water, you can continuously rise. There is always a life jacket out there. It is called faith. It is called belief systems, and it's called inspiration and motivation for your breath and for the simple art of gratitude. And I am 100% there to guide you along the way, whether it's through the books or coaching or anything that you do with me. So I appreciate you having me on the show today.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. You are an inspiration. My only wish is more people get to meet you. And I've had the pleasure of meeting you in person. I've seen you on stage. You electrify everyone, again, with your infectious positivity. And it's just, it's beautiful to see. And I want to personally say thank you for being that shining beacon of light for so many. I don't want to beat around the bush. It's as simple as that.
Thank you.
You're absolutely amazing. And I mean, I would do anything in my power to support you and serve you. And I just hope, my intention for this, I hope that more people see this and purchase the books. I think it's really important. It's just, man, it's these little things in life that we just kind of skim over that, we forget. We forget what life is all about sometimes. And thank you for reminding us.
Yeah. It's those little things. And I get messages all the time from both men and women. I got a message last night saying, from a woman who said she couldn't wait to buy my next book because the books that she's already read The Kind Communicator and Design Your Mind to Be Kind. She said that they're changing her life. She uses them daily. I have men writing me and saying, Design Your Mind to Be Kind was written for me, which is really beautiful to see men in their vulnerability, in their vulnerable state, to say, I'm a reactor. I'm emotional. I need to speak to my wife clear. I need to be nicer to my customers. And I am that secret vulnerable coach for so many men. And I don't really publicize my clients on my website that I coach, for the simple fact that I like to have that very, very private, because coaching is a very private matter. And communication is not something that's very easily, it's extremely complicated. And what we think is shameful or embarrassing is actually a part of our journey as a self-actualizing human being, where self-actualizing people are the ones that really step into their highest self, but don't stay only there. They keep the bottom part, which is all of their flaws and all of their mistakes. And they're going to say, how can I do better? And that's the place where I come with my practice of business coaching and advising, as well as when I speak on stages and in my books, to let everybody know that we are imperfectly perfect, and there's no better time to love yourself than every single second of the day. And if you can't be 100% today, then be 70% of 100%, and truly know that every day is a gift, including your breath.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
I highly encourage you to go to elizabethberryconsulting.com/books and buy her books. If you feel so inclined, you can put Jamie J there and you'll get 2 books.
You'll get 3 instead of 2.
3 instead of 2.
Yeah, and they come with all of the books come with a couples relationship workbook. They come with a loving kindness meditation. They come with rose seeds, so you can grow your own rose seeds, because again, the little things in life matter. And if you've ever seen a rose seed, they're like this big. So if you can actually grow a rose from this, you're going to be one of my biggest fans. Heck, I'll give you my next book that I'm writing. Anybody that can grow a rose seed from something like this is a master. And anybody that actually participates in all of the little things that I do. You see, I was just saying this, and I'll end with this, Jamie. You know, and you get this too. We talk about quality of life and quality products and doing things in a quality way. Well, I feel like when I write my books, I'm kind of like an artist. And I don't just slap a book in a package and send it off. I'm putting books together with love and writing on them. And there's all these special gifts inside. And there's really something special to be said there. And each one of them is about, a couple $1,000s worth of therapy or coaching in themselves. So if you haven't invested in a therapist or a coach yet, you might as well get the books and get some sessions in for yourself to reading.
I love it. I love it. Elizabeth, is there anything else you'd like to say before we wrap today?
I want everyone to know that this is 2020, and I have these t-shirts that say Kind Communicator 2020, and it could very well be one of the best years of your life if you see it through that lens. And if you're having a little difficulty to do that, either through the books or the coaching, I would love to be your guide, because we can overcome anything and can achieve anything in any amount of time. And I truly believe in that. And thank you so much for your time today.
Oh my gosh, you're so welcome. And if you are experiencing a really challenging year, like many of us have, the first thing I'd recommend you do is reach out to Elizabeth.
Yeah. Thank you.
Because there's no way you can be in bad mood around you.
My clients and I have such nice relationships. They love it. They love it.
Fantastic.
And I love it.
Thank you so much for stopping by. Go to elizabethberryconsulting.com/books and get 3 of them. All you got to put is Jamie J there. Thank you so much, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
All right. This has been Jamie J along with Elizabeth Berry on this very, very special edition of Live with Bottleneck. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have questions, please still send them along, even though it's a replay. I will make sure Evie gets them all. Go check it out, elizabethberryconsulting.com/books for your 3 books today.
Hey, 3 books. Go get them, go get them, go get them.